Deep under the Wanderings, a space between Blue Falls and somewhere close to a place called Bearden's Hollow, lie tunnels for traders, smugglers, and much more. The party followed a trail heading eastward toward Bearden's Hollow. They followed, after 10 or so days, a packed footprints of well-trodden land and earth as they make their way through these tunnels. In tow, they have a wizard, or at least a spellcaster, spellkin, known as Brother Sykes. They also have as well 11 refugees that decided to come with them from Stormford. Last week they fought in these caverns a gelatinous cube. They've also found an old buried ship from a different age. Its mast and its wood seem to be petrified. The canvas on the sail covered in some sort of mold. Just beyond that passage, they've stumbled onto a serpentine humanoid statue. At least at one point it was. It's now crumbled, or at least destroyed in some parts. It's standing barely up on one of its knees, as it was once standing straight up, but the knee is now sort of holding it up as it's leaning forward in this weird angle. The base, or the plinth of this statue, stands also at this wonked angle. Behind this statue is a large tapestry. It also has depictions of what looks to be an Ouroboros with a snake that is eating an eel that is eating a snake in return. There is only those two as they eat each other for eternity. The statue itself does seem to be serpentine, like I mentioned, but also in not like reptilian, but more like an eel or some sort of slicked amphibian. And that is where we left off. What do you do?
First things first. Can I smoke in here, or we can't light fire, or what?
Last week we mentioned we had a discussion about fire. It was also mentioned before you go in that there are fungus down in the Wanderings that can absorb the heat from fire. And they said be careful. As of now, you all can make me a survival. You have advantage, Jet.
Okay. 13.
$17.
17 as well.
14.
I think you've all recognized and realized that you haven't seen... Well, no, there has been fungus that started around here. I think we mentioned that last week, that there has been some sort of cropping of some sort of moisture.
There was a little, yeah.
Yeah, there was a little here and there, but you haven't tested it to get any information. You do remember with that 17, you do remember that there is fungus nearby, and there is moisture in the air.
What happens if I try and light a cigarette?
Don't.
You may try.
Yeah, been one, not
Can
two.
you hold off?
Why do you want to do it now?
Is this you actually lighting or trying or suggesting?
It's me with a little, it's not a lighter, but I've got a little...
sparking it?
Flint and whatever it's called, yeah.
Are you hoping to light it?
Try it,
Hold
like-
off now.
Are they saying this to me? Because I'm literally just
Yeah,
ignoring it while I'm trying to
okay,
light
so
this.
you are trying to light it. Okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
if you were
I'm
actually
actually
trying.
trying, yeah.
Okay. For a moment,
Can I react?
think- yeah, you can. But for
I don't know why all
moment, it
three of
does
them
seem
think
like-
it's going to ignite and blow up the Wanderings every
because
time
the
when we've
Wandering is full
discussed
of
like
methane.
3 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right,
As you
I try
really
and
can't
We
get a
literally
spot.
smelled sulfur last week,
That's
so
true.
we might explode.
Yeah, that is true. You, I think just in this moment, as you are all trying to react to this, I think it just seems like Ty is, he goes to light it, and then it, like, as if it was like passively done, and then there's a moment of him struggling, trying to find a flame, and then I think there's a moment of focus as he's trying to do that, and that may be why he seems to be blanking out on you all talking to him. But go
No, it's
ahead.
not. It's because these three people clearly don't smoke. And have never
You're-
smoked.
so you're
They
actively
don't
ignoring
understand
I'll
that there
reach
is
out and I will grab
absolutely
his
nothing
hand.
that's going to stop me from lighting this.
Okay.
I react
Until she
and I
grabs my
use.
hand.
Yeah,
I
and then
pull out
yeah.
a test tube, one of my small ones with the bubbles, and I shake it and I open it, and a small bubbly hand flies towards Mr. Tai, and the wetness tries to staunch the cigarette.
Okay. That,
The fuck
that
are you lot
happens.
doing?
Yeah, as you light the cigarette, you a grasp of
You're gonna have to wait.
Why?
suds.
You smell that?
It
Smells like
like
rotten
shit.
eggs. Yeah. It means
That's
if you
sulfur.
light a flame, it could explode. It's the same thing that was in the mine. We utilized it to our advantage back then, but now it could kill us.
Oh, for
You're
fuck's sake. All right.
You're gonna have to wait.
Meanwhile, looming through this white light from a lot of the arcane objects that those people that you have freed, the prisoners from Stormford, they all have various objects on them that are lit at this moment, as every once in a while they'll touch an object on their person, whether it be a pauldron or an amulet or something, or a piece of a staff or a sword blade or whatever it may be. They enchant it with arcane so they may see. I think with this dim light, it's a lot like everybody carrying like a glow stick or something of the sort, but all together as a group with the lot of you, you're able to see what you can. But looming just beyond during this scene of you trying to stop Ty, there is this statue. There's also a dark passage to your south, and it looks like a dark passage to the east.
And which one had the evidence of being traveled?
It
Was it
was
south?
south, correct.
Right. Well, if I don't recognize the statue, and I think I made a roll last week for it, then I'm just gonna make sure that nothing looks like it's gonna jump out at us, and then I'm gonna start to head south.
All right.
Come on. Still got a long ways to go.
Okay.
I fall in behind the group again. Since I have the crow pro on my back.
I stay within mage hand distance of Tai, just in case I need to staunch another cigarette.
All right.
So you're taking up the rear then with Ty? And then I will...
I suppose, I mean, I'm still behind Smith on the map
Okay.
here. I'm
All right.
just not going to go far enough away that I can't use mage hand.
I can't move
Unless you want
Brother
to swap,
Sykes, by the
because
way.
we can talk.
You get what?
I can't move Brother
Oh.
Sykes, by the way, but I imagine he's with the group.
Yeah, he is with you all. Whoop,
Yeah,
whoop, whoop,
okay.
whoop, whoop.
Good,
I
good.
could totally make
If you wanted to change positions, Vasha, we could talk about it.
I won't say anything if you don't. Like, if I see you wanting to get close to Ty, then I will just automatically switch with you. I won't say anything about it,
Right, okay.
if that makes sense. Yeah.
Understood. Well, I'm a quiet person too, so I guess we don't say anything.
Sorry.
Ty, what's the... You do you have light or low light, or... Actually, no, you'd be able to see. Ty, what's your passive perception?
21.
Oh, interesting. So glad I asked. You see up ahead, just off the passageway that you didn't travel, as you sort of are passively perceiving. You notice that there is something about the earth up ahead. It looks a little bit looser around this area. I don't know if that's the ping is gonna show on the map. But up in this direction. Yeah. So up in this direction, there seems to be a loose. It's not as packed as it is around you, meaning it's less traveled. But it does seem to concave a bit as you sort of as you walk forward, which throws you off a bit. That it would concave. It's dry, which indicates that it isn't like a sinkhole or quicksand or wet, but it does look like that's unstable ground over there, whether or not it was on purpose or not. That is what you can see just in this direction. But back to Smith. Down.
I throw a rock at it.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I don't.
Okay.
I pick up a rock.
Mm-hmm.
I go like this. And then I look at the other three.
What are you doing?
And then I look back. And then I drop the rock. And that falls under my 29 deception that I rolled. Which I don't know if any of them can beat, but I'm assuming not, so I'm not going to give them any sort of insight as to what the fuck I just did or why.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll roll with disadvantage. I don't think I'm paying attention.
Yeah. Roll a insight or perception at disadvantage.
Oh.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. All right. As you move forward, Smith.
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of keep walking. I'm not exactly going very fast. I'm keeping an eye out
Mm-hmm.
for anything strange.
As you make your way through here, you start to notice bits of rubble and jet as you make your way off toward that sort of that movement you did there when you sort of arced around the center of the cavern of this corridor. You do kick some loose rocks. It doesn't seem like it's like if you been hiking and there are these sunken. This is assuming that we all go outside. That there are like these sunken, packed bits of rock that are on the trail, but they have been kicked up and they leave like that huge indent. But also the loose rock is nearby. Obvious that someone has moved it recently. That is sort of what you see here toward the edges of this cavern. It looks like someone recently has upturned some of these rocks. Nothing super out of the ordinary, especially for a well-traveled route. Smith, as you get a little bit closer down here, you start to notice that there are more of these rocks, and the pockmark with that, or the socket that held the rocks in the ground, seem to be not existent. But there also is clumps of tilled dirt as
The
well.
rocks look like they fell.
The rocks do not look like they have fallen.
DM,
Yes.
I would like to do something that might seem childish.
Okay.
It's going to make me feel embarrassed. But
Uh-huh.
I walk down the... I walk following the group,
Uh-huh. We're gonna come back.
and then
over
I creep back and
here.
look and see if the loose earth changes after we've all left.
Okay. And this is you want to give me a stealth?
Here is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
It's a trap.
Yeah. Okay.
Flashback to me and Red Devon covered in dirt and leaves hiding under a shitty little poorly dug thing, and then we jump up and fucking wait for the swarm to walk past and we're after them.
And you're creeping back to. You probably have. Do you have like a sword out? Are you prepared
That's
for
what I'm
something?
assuming this is.
Yeah. Okay. With a stealth of a 16, anybody wants to make a perception to try to contest that, but Ty slips away for a moment.
He was too far away.
Yeah, I think I'm only looking ahead right now.
Yeah, super
Yeah,
fair.
I think I'm looking forward.
Brother Sykes goes, "Hey, where are you going?" Just kidding, he's blind. So as you make your way around the corner and you look, you do not see any change. What you sort of depicted or what you saw earlier is still there. It's harder to see now because a lot of your light has passed down this corridor. But as you sort of listen and you start to give me a perception. Actually, sorry, you have a past perception of 21. As you like listen and you start to like wait for a moment, and then you wait like that awkward amount of time because you are certain that this is the moment someone would move, but I'm going to wait a little bit longer, right? As you like wait that uncomfortable amount of time, like this is when I would move if I was to strike. You wait a little bit past that. And as you wait and study and listen and watch and listen for any sort of changes, nothing really disturbs that area. Nothing really, no signs are given to you that there is movement from that spot 20 or so feet from you.
Okay. Well, I learned my lesson with the gelatinous cube. I'm not going to go and disturb the earth. I'll catch up with the others.
That is fair. So as you make
I'll
your
strike
way,
my Eskrima sticks though and create light for
do
myself.
that light,
or-
yeah.
yeah.
All right. So much like a flare does, as you turn a flare on you, strike your screamer sticks against each other, and like a phosphorus lighting, for just a moment, a sizzle and popping happens as your one of your sticks, correct? One of them starts to light up, like a big old glow stick. Let me reveal this. I was super lazy about revealing things here, so I'm just doing it this way. As you head into this room, first thing that you notice.
So if you could scroll the rolls down.
Oh,
Got
yes, thank
stuck.
you. Oh, I see why. It's because it's on the wrong window. There we go. Okay, so as you... Just going to move the camera for a second. As you make your way into this room, or this corridor, or at least this space...
We're in space?
Yep. Uh-huh. This is it. Welcome to my dream. You make it toward... Okay, I'm on the wrong computer. As you head into here, the loose dirt starts to increase here. You also see just up ahead, or at least what's coming into view and into the light of your party, is a large boulder up ahead. And you also see some toppled, looks like to be masonry. And looks to be like some old sort of pillar.
Some ruins up ahead. Hang back a sec, I'm just gonna take a look.
Okay.
I'm gonna investigate the boulder first. Is that where the path was leading?
Path leads. It actually turns toward the sort of where Jet is heading right now. It turns western, almost like around. I'm sorry. Looks like underneath these pillars, as if it keeps going, and then the pillars fell on top of it. But there's a lot of loose dirt here, so it looks like it's been at least the pillars seem to have shifted or sunk in. But and I think with the survival and the passive perceptions in the group, I think you are able to see that the winding path doesn't seem like it was interrupted to go around these pillars, as if the pillars recently fell on top of this path that was here. If that makes sense.
Right. And the boulder ahead of me, I'm going to be investigating that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just a regular boulder? Does it look like it fell from someplace? It seems like an odd location for something like this.
The
Like
boulder
the boat.
Go ahead. Yeah, like the boat being in an odd place. The boulder up ahead is a bit rounded, and it looks like it's been worked not very well, but at least able to roll into a place to either hide something or to for something or someone to find shelter.
I'm sorry, you said it looks like it's been rolled?
It looks like it's been worked like poorly, like somebody probably took a chisel to sort of round it so they could then roll it a bit easier. But a little bit more investigation. It's sort of like this egg shape, and it could roll back into and cover up a potential, or this space back here that you then, as you inspect it, notice that there is a small passage just behind it.
Do it look like anybody could fit through it?
Yes, it would be a slight squeeze for you, but you could make it through there if you'd like. As you sort of peer in, you do see there is a skeleton of some humanoid, and it looks like that there is some sort of I think of what else would be easy to see in this dark light or this dim light that you're providing. I think as more people approach, you can see a little bit more, and you start to notice shapes of what looks to be an old settlement campsite or some resting place for someone. But unfortunately for this person, it is their eternal resting place.
Skeleton. Might have been a place to hold up in this tunnel. How's everybody doing? Do we need a break?
I'm all right. I can keep going.
I feel fine.
All right. Unless anybody wants to take a look in there and see if there's anything to use, we can keep going.
Mr. Tai,
What?
could you come over here, please?
I glance backwards and then head over to him.
How much does that crow of yours weigh?
DM?
5 pounds or so.
Maybe perhaps I can use, and I open the flask and the beady hand comes out of the glass. Maybe I can move the crow inside and we can have a better look inside before we go and inspect it.
Good idea.
Is that okay
What's
with
in
you?
there?
I would like to find out.
It looks like a skeleton. Can't see too much. Angle's cut off a little bit.
What do you think it was? Fire?
I don't know. The beady made hand of soap and suds floats in front of you, Tai. It's up to you to put the crow onto it.
I would the crow is actually bound to the back of my backpack, so I would actually just turn around and just let you.
You've got like this selfie stick going on.
It's
Okay.
more like I imagine I have a backpack on, and then on the back of the backpack I've tied it to the thing so that it's just
Yeah.
Okay.
watching backwards from the thing.
Cool.
So,
Then I unfasten it from its roost and I place it on the mage hand.
by the way, I'm so unbelievably annoyed that you're doing this.
But I asked and you said I could.
Yeah, I know, but I just want you to know that the
Passive
three of you would
aggressive.
probably be looking at me, and I would look irritated at this.
Okay.
I don't say
Yeah,
anything.
he has a passive aggression of
I have
21.
passive aggression counter that is now going up with every day that passes that I don't have a cigarette.
I see.
Exactly.
So the mage hand with GoPro in tow flies into the hole.
Yeah, I
Okay.
close my eyes and just and crow pro it the whole way.
Awesome. You close your eyes, and in this weird, weird vision, things start to go desaturated. It almost looks like chips and things on a lens of a camera, right there. But like this overlay of chipped stone is sort of you're sort of seeing through, and as it gets flown through here, you do still hear.
My little friend.
Yeah, as you sort of close your eyes and focus on the Crow Pro, this little camera stone bird that you created on accident once, and as it heads in there, and sort of scopes it out, much like a drone of like a deep sea exploration vessel. Sort of, you are seeing the light from it, or just this very close proximity of it as it sort of discovers the area. But you notice that there is some stuff in there that is lootable. It also says, or it also shows that there is an old, ratted, probably eaten from some sort of creature equipment.
Tell me if
like,
you want me to move the hand
sleeping
closer
quarters
to
and
anything.
such.
Just like do it once around the walls.
Okay.
I'm looking for like like holes that darts would fire out of if some pressure plate was tripped, or classic booby trap Indiana Jones looking things, or anything like that before I make any sort of actual move into this room.
Make me an investigation.
7.
Perfect.
Can't see shit.
Is
through
it too
this.
late to say I was assisting?
You can assist. He does have a passive perception of 21.
Okay.
Not
You
a
can roll
passive
again.
investigation though.
I know. But yeah, you can have
You
an
have to
advantage.
roll
Go ahead.
again?
Yeah, roll again.
12.
Is that better?
It's better. But you do not notice any sort of holes in the wall or anything nefarious about here, besides the skeleton, and like the grim past of, and the unfortunate past of whoever this person may have been. Besides that, you don't see anything super out of the ordinary. Everything that Smith said seems to be true. Could have just.
I open my eyes and just walk in then, or like turn sideways and shuffle through.
Mm-hmm.
As I think I would just go for it at this point.
Okay. The mage hand flies back to your backpack and fastens the crow back.
You head in there.
Goddamn right it does. Yeah, it's like you said it was a tight squeeze, but I think I like turn sideways, shuffle through. I don't think I even say anything to anyone. I just kind of do it.
Go right in. Your chest does feel a bit of like a scraping and a pressing as you sort of go through, and this area. Nothing, of course, malevolent. Nothing like I'm crushing you with a trap or anything. It's just uncomfortable as you pass through. But when you're in here, you do notice the skeleton. You do notice everything you saw. It's a little bit clearer. You don't have that interesting texture of stone that you're looking through this crow pro. But you do notice on the ground, sort of behind the stone, or where you didn't see with the crow pro, as you see, it looks like to be this large. It looks like to be a masquerade mask with this dried flowers, as if it was. As if like some flowers of purple hue were once dried and then made this masquerade mask. There is also
Does it look delicate, like if I pick it up?
It does look delicate, yeah.
Okay,
it looks like it's fastened onto, or at least was fastened onto, some sort of old strip of leather. And however it was fastened, maybe it was threaded through or hand sewn. Each one of these dried flowers were making this beautiful like bouquet of mask. But that is a red-violet mask, like flower masquerade mask. You also see, it looks like strewn across these broken, looks like once these crude javelins as well. There are, of course, these bones of this unfortunate person. And
How old are these bones looking to me?
They are.
What can I determine about this? I just want to know if this isn't a recent body. This is an old-looking thing.
It looks like it's been.
And this is like a human. Tall, like human elf, or like a dwarf, or are we looking at?
Yeah. This looks to be humanoid. And
tall humanoid.
It looks to be. It could have been maybe. Make me a medicine.
Again.
Looks to be an average humanoid. It's hard to say. You can't quite. With a 12, you can't quite tell what what the background is of this.
Okay. And they're old. They're like old.
They're old enough to be picked clean. You don't
Right.
see whether or not. It's hard to say, once again, with a 12, if it's been centuries or if it was recently, but you know enough that bugs or rodents or something has picked it clean.
Okay. What else do I see?
You also see that the things that I've mentioned are all over in this corner, which indicates either whoever this was took off whatever they were wearing and put them in the corner before they died, or their stuff were stolen, or...
All right. I hold a hand up to Smith and Jet, and then I head over to this corner should anything fucking murder me.
Okay.
It's not that cautious, though. I think
Yeah,
I'm being
it's just
relatively
like-
blasé as I kind of saunter
hold
over
on,
to this
I
corner.
gotta, and you make your
go
way
look
over
at what
there.
the fuck is over here?
Yeah, and that's where you see those things. The mask. You see the leather strip that is then fastened with the dried flowers. You also see the broken javelins and this leather armor.
Okay. Anything of like any value or use to us?
Not that you can tell.
Can I very carefully pick up the mask then?
Of course.
It doesn't like fucking turn to dust or anything?
Oh, you have it in your
Yeah, I pick it
hands.
up carefully. I turn around, Jet's inside the cave, and I give him a filthy look, and then I hold it out to him. Any idea what that is?
I
Who
could
that might
find
belong
out.
To?
I could
Do
find
I know
out.
anyone that wears masquerade masks? Like, is that a fashion
Give me a
a
history.
staple of anywhere in particular? Or
Everyone give me a
anything that-
history with advantage.
15?
I think unless it's.
I'm
I'll
concerned that the
take
turn order just
disadvantage,
came up and that
Okay.
I've just...
just because I
whoever
don't know if
puts this-
Arsha would know anything.
He whom shall ever shall touch
I
the
think she-
mask
I
will
think she
become
would.
enthralled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she would.
Or not.
15 for me.
26 for me.
There you go. Yeah, you don't know.
5 for Arsha.
So 15s and a 26. It does make sense. Makes the most sense anyway for Jet. Jet, immediately you recognize this as a potential festival mask of Walden.
This is from Walden.
The festival was only a week away from when you were to make your passage to Walden. So you
It's
would
a
have
few
seen
weeks
them.
old now.
Well, this one is old, but you, like, when it comes to the timeline, episode 1 was a week or so before the festival. And so you would have seen a lot of, and you would have known probably that these dried feather or dried flower and crop-like masquerade masks were worn usually to celebrate the harvest during the Walden season.
Okay. I relay that information and say it's a celebration mask from Walden, of all places. I'm not too sure why it's here.
Yeah, I think I went to one of those when I was a kid. Devin always said it was good to move through the crowd, you know? Get a
Right.
knife into the back of a swan and then you can move off, but I never wore nothing like that.
I would like to do two
Bring it
things,
with us,
DM.
We might be able to use it.
Right.
Yeah, you keep it.
Okay. I pocket it away.
Sure.
But I would like to do two things, DM.
Yes.
I would like to take out my flask of magic detection. It's a wand of magic detection that I have redressed. And I'm going to...
Flavored.
Reflavored, yes. And I'm going to run my finger around the rim of the glass and see if anything resonates magically with it.
It is magical. The Spellwind sort of blows through the area as it does, and you start rubbing the crystalline basin of the wand to then start to getting that reverberation that usually you can see. The sound waves from this are able to disturb the Spellwind enough for at least you to see. Unsure if anybody else does, but that's how it works for you in this current moment. And you're able to, the Spellwind interacts with this object as if it was magical.
That was for this entire room, not just the item.
The only thing in this room that is magical is that mask.
I would like to perform a medical check on this corpse to see what happened to it.
Sure. Give me a medical check. Medicine.
Okay.
With a
natural 20.
Fuck.
Get that picture of Whack from earlier on where he goes. That's now the natural 20.
That's it. That's the natural 20 gift. Play it. So as you...
You need that as an emote.
Yeah.
It's not 20.
And as you take a look, you do notice that this body is several years old. You start to look around and notice the shape of, and the not the shape, but the state that the room is in, and you start to compare back towards the information you've received about the molded sail. And it's not that old. It's not covered in that much mold. The body itself must have been disturbed by some sort of, it's either time, but it doesn't look to be that old, or it's some sort of might has been able to pick clean the bones here. Something obviously that is carnivorous, something small enough that is able to go inside the eye sockets and pick it completely clean. Or to like these cavernous of the bones to pick it completely clean from all flesh. So there's something that has feasted on this, but it doesn't. And that's what it sounded like. If you were a fly on the wall,
Or a fly in his skull.
Yeah, or a fly in a skull, or a some sort of mite. But yeah, it seems to be carnivorous, whatever it was. They would be small enough, like I said, to go into the recesses and pick this clean. But as far as how old the skeleton is, you'd probably think it's about maybe a year old.
So you gave me several things. You said that the body is of someone who is several years old, or?
I'm sorry. The body is... The skeleton has been dead for about a year. The body seems to be elvish.
Okay.
Is there any other information you'd like about this body? Because
there is.
20.
There is. So, okay. So we are recounting the several years thing you said at the beginning.
Yes.
Cause of death.
Cause of death is rather uncertain. You don't have any sort of evidence here to a lot of the... Meyer has more of a background in this sort of stuff than I do, but I would assume that there's not enough evidence around to sort of tell you how it happened.
Okay.
But the state of what you see in front of you, you can put together that the bone structure seems to be representing Elven, and with the state of the bones as they are now, with, like I said, all of the evidence that the story has shown you so far, is probably about a year or so old.
Okay. So I just turn back and I say it's an elf, but it is hard to say how it died. Not by a weapon, at least anyway.
Ford, I'm so sorry. Could you check DMs for a second?
Yes.
All right. I look at Jet as if I'm
Before I
nonplussed.
answer.
Okay. All right.
If
Okay,
there's
that's what I
nothing
thought.
else to use or know, then let's keep moving.
This mask is magical. I can maybe spend some time to deduce what it is, or we can keep going.
Let's keep going. You can investigate when we stop next.
Okay.
I don't think I can hear you guys, right? Just to be sure you're not like shouting this, because I'm all the way on the
No.
other end of the refugees and everything. Yeah, okay.
No,
I can't hear
I'm
any of
fairly
your
quiet in there.
Got it. No worries. That's why I was DMing myth, because I didn't want to accidentally meta anything.
I mean, it's probably relatively quiet, and they're in an echoing stone chamber. I mean,
to be fair,
Yeah,
I'm
that's why I
immediately
double
gonna-
checked to ask,
Yeah.
but he said he was being really quiet, so I'm just going to assume I didn't hear it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that'll be up to the players if they want to. Yeah, that's
Actually,
totally
do
good.
you know what I'm gonna
But I'm
do?
up for
I'm
it.
gonna do this. You know what? I don't tell Varsha anything. I'm just quiet and I rejoin the back of the pack.
Okay.
I hold back
Sulk.
for a bit to look for Varsha and ask her a question.
Sure.
Miss Varsha, where are you from?
Evervale. Why?
Where in Evervale?
Main city? Why?
Oh, okay. This mask is from Walden, where we were at, where we met you and Mr. Smith, and it's magical.
And where'd you find it? Just lying around?
Inside what looks like a tomb, almost. There's a dead elf inside there. I don't know what an elf is doing in Walden, but I could not find out how they died.
Must have been part of the resistance then.
I wonder.
mean,
I don't know
it's
if there's a
pretty
way of telling.
uncommon- Well, I mean, it's pretty uncommon for elves to be in Walden unless they are part of the resistance, right?
I
They
see.
typically hate us. And by
And
us,
Mr.
I mean the Sworn.
Right. Mr. Tai wasn't able to... Well, I mean, they've been gone a year. They're not quite a skeleton, but it's hard to tell anything.
Do you mind?
Do I mind?
I'm holding my hand out for the mask.
Oh, I pass it over.
I'll put it on.
What?
Like a lunatic.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm bonded with Ty, and he's a bit of a lunatic like this. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna do this shit now, I guess.
Okay. I like the way you think.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how I do that sometimes. All right.
I flinch and almost throw up
Yeah.
because I told her it's magical.
Yeah, and you have like no idea what
Well,
it does.
it was also. Was it on the dead elf?
No,
for
no, no,
how
no, no,
long?
no.
No, okay.
No, it was in the corner.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put it on. Let's hope it doesn't get stuck to my skin.
Okay, you put it on.
I shrug.
I think for
Nothing
everybody
seems-
else, yeah, it's
yeah.
You put it on. It's comfortable. You could the uncomfortable parts about it is it's dried leather. I'm sorry, it's
Yeah.
sort of like this. It's pretty. There's a lot of moisture down here, so it's not as dry as you think, but it is still. It smells a bit.
Yeah.
Like dead plants and also
Yeah.
like wet leather. So like it's just got this. It just smells old. It's got a lot of
Yeah.
musky smell to it. But besides that,
But- Doesn't do anything instantaneously.
no.
Seems to be
It
all right.
might take a while. Magical items tend to... you need to spend some time to... I forget the word exactly, but to
Right.
attune to it.
Right. Which is exactly what I was gonna do. Mechanically, for the next hour, I'll be like,
Mhm.
Thinking about it, attuning to.
yeah, thinking about this, and as we walk, I'll be trying to attune to it.
Okay.
I mean, are you sure you want to do it this way? Because we could wait and I could elucidate it instead. You know, I could take some time to work on it.
I mean, would you rather do that?
I mean, it's either that or you might lose your face.
I doubt it. I've
When was
got
the last time we took a rest? Sorry. Like, what is the... I know we might not know exactly because we've been in a tunnel with no real sense of day and night cycles.
Oh yeah,
and
it's
stuff,
been a
but
week
the-
or so since we've been in this tunnel as well.
Yeah,
Like
like-
mechanically, it's hard to say. I mean, I will let you spend a rest if you want.
Well, I just mean us as a group. Like,
Yeah.
is this at the... When we get to this point, is this at the end of the day? Have we all been walking? Have the refugees been walking with us with, you know... Or is this like the beginning of our day?
Roll me a survival die.
Okay. 15.
It's about the beginning of your day.
All right. And I was about to butt in if it was the end of the day, and I did kind of butt in anyway, but I won't. In fact, I will butt in at this point. You two are going back and forth.
I mean, you like.
I'm tired, but I would
tired.
never ever tell anyone
Right,
that.
that's true. Yeah.
It's gonna fucking get us killed one day.
Yeah, you're right.
I need a rest, but I wouldn't tell them. So I just literally, and twice this has already been through this, but I think at this point I would just be like, look, it don't matter, it's a fucking mask. We can look at it tonight or something, you know?
I think
Okay.
it's probably most likely that it's someone from the Resistance. So I doubt the mask is going to hurt me.
Mr. Tai, you did not look at the body, did you?
Yeah.
If they are from the Resistance, would you know them? They've only been
body
gone a
was
year
like-
or so. It's
But it was all eaten away by.
oh
bugs
yes,
and
true.
rodents
Like
and
yeah,
stuff.
there's no skin. It was all cored out like a. like a thing
I
that shouldn't
draw the mark. You know what? I is the ground soft enough that I could draw in a thing?
Yeah,
Called?
yeah, it is. Back here, in this area, it still looks to be pretty packed dirt. Back toward the path where you were, or back in that other corridor, just beyond, or just before the threshold of this space that you're in. I'm sorry, let me just point out on the map where the hell I'm talking about. Back here is a bunch of loose ground where I spoke about with the
there.
pillar and everything, and then over here is still pretty packed. When you were in there, probably as if it has been undisturbed.
I'd take my screamer stick, and this is you've seen me actually spray paint with my weird painting tool thing that I have that's kind of like a steampunk spray painting tool. This symbol, but I make the symbol of the Entente. It's kind of like it looks like an E, right? It's kind of like almost like a tribal-ish, I don't know how you would describe what that is, but it's almost like an E shape in the ground, and I point to the others. I mean, I don't care so much about the refugees or whatever, but I'm mostly looking at Jet, and I say, if it had that on them, there's probably one of us. And I hold up my wrists, because I actually have tattoos on each of my wrists. 2 little Entente tattoos on the fronts of my wrists. But I don't know if I don't think I saw that on them, but I say that to Jet.
Okay. With my natural 20, would I have noticed anything like that anywhere around him? And not recalled it?
Natural 20, you wouldn't have. Even with a natural 20, you couldn't find any indication that they would be on top.
Okay. There was nothing like that on the body at all?
Nothing like that on the body at all.
Okay.
Sorry,
just
to
making sure.
confirm, Cord,
Yes.
the body is a year old. The festival is like next week?
The
Last
festival
2 weeks ago.
was next week from episode 1, so about a couple weeks ago. So it
Oh,
wouldn't have been.
But
Months
it's
now.
yearly. It's like an annual
Yeah.
festival.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yep.
about to
Yeah,
ask. Yeah,
it's- yeah,
okay.
it's annual.
Okay.
It's not from the festival that was 2 weeks ago necessarily.
N- right,
It's
it
from
could be
the annual
like
festival.
the last
of-
year. Yeah.
Yeah, the Walden Purple Mask Festival.
Did
What is that
anything
festival
happen
of?
It
last
was a
year in
Walden
Walden?
Harvest Festival, was it? You said?
Harvest, okay.
Was there any terrorist activity last year at the festival?
Roll me a history.
The
Ty
annual
doing that,
bombing of
Ty
the wheel.
doing that thing with the, that meme where the puppet is like looking back, but like looking forward.
Wow,
again.
fuck me. I have no clue.
Wow, dude. That's
That's a zero.
zero.
Can I just interpret
Oh,
that
thank
as if there was activity, there's no way I would find out about it, right? Because the God King would be like, no, the city's perfect. We never get attacked.
You were a part of the Sworn, and news still travels within the Sworn.
Yeah,
So,
so-
even if the God King was like telling you personally that nothing happened, you still, from someone, they wouldn't let you know. but it is hard to say. It very well could have, and you were just never told. But also, it could have not happened. You with a 0, I can give you really no leading information.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
That's okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
We all
Please.
interrupted you, actually.
Yeah, but please interrupt. Interrupt and play.
I mean, I'm still ushering them on, though. Like, I'm doing the impatient smoker wants to get off the plane thing.
Okay.
Before we are going, like while they're having this conversation, I'm looking at these pillars. I'm making sure it's structurally okay for us to like continue. Like if these fell, were these supports for this area? What am I looking at?
Yeah. So as you take a look at these pillars or these supports, you notice immediately from the look of them that there is a plinth or a base of this pillar, and then they go upward. Make me, obviously, or they would go upward. And I'm just going to say you're smart enough. You would...
Also, if these are dwarvish, Smith is particularly interested in them.
With that being said, you would notice that they are not dwarvish. But as you sort of mentally build these blocks in your mind, okay, this one goes here, so it would probably stand about 10 feet, but the cavern is about 12 feet. Like, you notice that there is a base, but there isn't a top, meaning that these posts here may not even be pillars. They could just be ceremonial posts of some sort. They are adorned.
Keep going.
Yeah, they are adorned with some, it looks like a bronzing of metal, but it doesn't, as you, Smith, inspect the gold, it is not gold. It is not a fool's gold, but it is definitely just decorative.
Like painted or
It could have been painted or bronzed with...
Gold leaf.
Yeah, like bronze leaf or something less expensive, obviously. As you make your way through this cavern toward the west, I'm assuming you're going because you moved your tokens up. As you make your way toward the west here, it sort of goes down these little bit of steps, maybe only about 2 feet or so in slope or height. The earth here does seem super loose. As you sort of step forward, you're starting to notice that you're making deeper tracks than the tracks that you were following. It's not necessarily more wet like quicksand, like I mentioned earlier. It still keeps that same sort of consistency and that same sort of moisture level, but the ground is loose, like overturned.
We're still on the trail, right?
You're still on the trail. The trail is
I'm
hard.
obsessively sticking to the trail, just so you know, because it was the only, basically the only piece of
That was
advice
like the only
we
information,
got.
which makes total sense.
Without a scout or a guide.
I'll mention that to the rest of the group, and I'll keep moving.
Sure.
Keep your eyes peeled.
As you do,
Okay.
as you do mention that to the group, that alerts Ty's passive perception of 21, which is going to be the name of the episode.
Absolutely. I love that I mentioned this to you and we spoke about this before the episode, and I was like, I don't know, I barely even play passive perception, and now the entire game is revolving around my passive perception of 21.
So, as you make your way through here, that sort of triggers Ty's perception, and you start to notice that the walls here are also loose. Not necessarily like it's going to fall on you, but you maybe like brush your finger across the cavern wall here, and some dirt sort of crumbles. Not necessarily in a structural, damaging, scary way. There are still rocks and things that are keeping it up. There's still the path in front of you, meaning it's been here for a while. But it's just that's a little bit.
As much as I would love to react to this, Ty is very much a city boy, and I've always played him like he hasn't spent much time in the sticks or in caverns and stuff.
maybe just
I think
mindlessly. Yeah, you just
Yeah,
brush some dust off.
I've done plenty of time like in underground situations or like sting operations where me and one of the other
But you've
members
never
has
needed
been.
to study the ground.
But I just don't think he has much of an.
Yeah.
He's not a Boy Scout. Like he doesn't have much of that aspect,
Yeah.
and it's always been like city-based stuff. It's been like. We've moved up and down the canals and gone into Evervale True or like Walden and stuff. So I don't think really, even though I think Ty would be aware of this, I think he would just go, okay, this is what this cavern is like. And I don't think he would have the wherewithal to understand that it could potentially be something that I would even mention to warn the others about. If this was a sewer, I'd be like, Smith, there's a trap. It's 2 meters ahead of us on the right-hand side. Keep an eye out because I've seen this trap 1,000 times. But in this situation, I think Ty is just like, oh, so this is what some caverns are like, huh? And carries on.
Yeah.
And between you and I, DM, Ty is far more concerned about something rushing up behind us, which has been his thing for the whole week. And second of all, now that they've mentioned this place can just ignite into fire, is slightly on the edge of just a borderline like anxiety situation where he's just aware of the fact that this place can ignite into fire, which is like absolutely the most terrifying thing in the world for him.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if he would really be
He's a bit anxious.
hyper aware of anything like the walls or would mention it. So if that gets us killed, I'm sorry.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of just moving forward and having a look around. I see a larger open space up here, and which way does the path kind of head?
Path heads southward.
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of take a cursory glance around this area, and once I've established that nothing seems to be ready to jump out and kill us, then I will probably start heading south, unless anything catches my eye.
Okay. Where are you moving exactly?
Well, I'm moving like probably, I'd say right up to there, and then just kind of having a look around.
Okay. As you step into this position, the dirt here is still very loose. It didn't sink. There were a couple of times where you've stepped forward and it seemed a bit, the ground seemed less loose, I guess stiffer. But as you make your way into that position or that spot, I need you to roll me
Death saving throw.
death saving throw. I need you to roll me. It's definitely
It's gonna be one of
something.
those June worms that opens up
Dex
from
save.
underneath you.
Yes, thank you. Dex save.
13.
Be dexterous for all that fucking iron and shit on you.
As you move into that spot, this moment, these from the dirt through the loose ground that you are standing on. I need you to roll me a d4. Emerges these
4.
4 emerges this, what's the word, this chitinous mandible as this large creature, hulking even, starts to crown out of the loose.
hulking.
Starts to crown out of the loose ground. And it's going to attack you. I will Does a... it was cocked. Does a 20 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. You take 11 slashing damage as mandibles slice into you and grasp you as not one, hold on. I need to grab them.
Now is a good time for a break.
No, not yet. Not one.
I was only saying that because I think it's buffering.
Oh, is it really?
Maybe.
Why? How is that
I don't
happening?
know. It might be Twitch's end.
Not
one.
Thank you. Not two.
Not two.
Not 3. Not 4. Not 5. Not 6.
But
Imagine you did this up to-
35.
Yeah.
35.
Not 107, but 106 Taras.
Oh, fuck, no.
4 Umber Hulks.
What the fuck is an Umber Hulk? I hate that Whack doesn't like these. I hate that Whack doesn't like these. I don't like this. Chrissy, wake up. I don't like that Whack knows what these are and has reacted like that to these. He didn't even react like this to the Zomba Beholder I threw at you guys on the weekend. And I'm concerned.
And that's where we're going to take our break.
I'm out.
Okay.
See you in a bit.
Or not.
With the Theremin boy.
He mused aloud, and although his apprentice was indeed in the room, it seemed almost... Hello, Dex.
When were you born? I know you, little one. Your eyes are blue. Your eyes are blue. What do you see? I hear you. Your eyes are green. Whatever you are holding. Does it hurt? You were not this way yesterday. You are not this way now.
Okay. So, I'm gonna need some initiatives as mandibles of a Umber Hulk reached out of the loose dirt in the Wanderings and snapped at Smith for 11 damage. Go ahead and click your tokens and then roll me initiatives.
6.
7.
6.
And a 21 from Portia.
Okay. Natural 20 for the refugees, the prisoners have a 22. Okay. Top of the round as these large Umber Hulks breach through the loose dirt and crush their mandibles around your waist. Smith, the group that has been following you, the prisoners you have freed, get to act. What are they going to do? They are going to... It's just so interesting because they all do something at the same time, and it's just the same thing. It's so weird. They are going to... hold on, I've got to learn what they do. They are going to raise their hand, or some of them raise their hand, and these arcane swords sort of glimmer into existence, and then they sort of lance towards the creature, but they stop just beforehand. And it's almost like gravity is starting to create an orbit. These blades start to dance around you, Smith, as they cast Blade Ward on you. You are resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing for the next turn. Also, I'm sorry. And then we also see 3 bolts of fire fly out as well.
Uh-oh.
Actually, they probably wouldn't do firebolt because you've been talking like openly about around them. Hey, don't use fire. So they probably wouldn't do that. Let me see what else they'll do.
Can I use my reaction to kill anyone that tries to use fireball?
Use fire. Yes. Yes, you can.
I have a reaction called violently murdering a anxiety panic.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ty has it as well, actually.
All right, so... range is 60. So 3 bubbles of acid sort of coalesce in the space of some of these prisoners as they launch forward. A large bubble of acid towards this creature.
And it's the red one that's holding me?
It is the red one that is holding you. Oh, I closed out of it. Okay, the red one's holding you. Oh my gosh, I keep rolling into there we go. I've got a lot of things I gotta take care of, that I'm keeping track of. So that's a fail as 3 launch forward, and this creature takes, unless they're immune. No. Oh my god, I'm on the wrong fucking... Oh boy, this is gonna get super stressful. All right, this
the best
is...
state to be in.
Yeah, isn't this great?
It's like when you have 3 goblins, 4 umber hulks, a troll, 4 mages,
everyone's cool with me just
and a
taking my
beholder,
sweet
and you're
time.
like, and then this can go. We're at level like 9-ish.
Yeah.
So it's like this is what combat becomes. I feel like it's just take your time to figure it out.
Thank you. So large 18 damage. So 3 bubbles of this acid launch forward as well and splash onto this creature, dealing 11 damage to it as it splashes onto it. And that's their turn. Varsha, it is your turn.
Okay, I move forward. Can I move through them? I assume that I can as long as I don't end my turn in their space, right?
Yes.
Okay. I move here and I cast Intellect Fortress at 4th level, and I hit Smith and Jet.
Okay.
Which gives them resistance to psychic damage, but more importantly, advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
Okay. Keep track of that if you could.
And then
What does that look
actually,
like?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time I've done this, and I'm trying to think of who I've gotten this from. I actually think it's gonna take the shape of Smith's magic from his armor. So I think it looks like something like that, like just kind of translucent replica of his armor that kind of like will fold on top of itself until it, kind of forms this shell around them. Yeah.
Awesome.
And then I will use the sorcery point to cast a cantrip as a bonus action, and I'm going to do Blade Ward on myself.
Yeah.
Which basically Varsha just makes some symbols in the air, and then you see, these blades kind of like come up from the ground at an angle, maybe 45-degree angle, and spin around her, and then she has resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, slashing for the next round. And that is my turn.
All right. Oh, I guess that just repeats. Great. Okay, awesome. So you have Blade Ward, and then you Intellect Fortress, which did what again? Charismas and...
Jet and Smith. Yes,
okay.
Which gives you psychic damage resistance, but also charisma, intelligence, and wisdom saving throws.
Charisma, intelligence, and... Okay. And you also are Blade Warded as well. So I'm going to do that. And you are also Blade Warded. I'm going to give you the crossed blades as well. Cool. All right. And now's your turn, yes?
Yes.
Ty, it is your turn. I just want to mention these other Umber Hulks that are tinted brown. They are emerging in this turn. This one is out, and you could attack. You could attack the others if you like, but that's what's happening. That's what they're representing as they're coming out of the ground. Ty, it is your turn.
I'm shouting at the refugees immediately. In fact, I'm probably going to move forward a little, but I'm shouting at the refugees like, "Get back! Get behind me! Go on, get behind me!" As I'm pulling out a bow and arrow. I'm also probably going to shout at Sykes as well because he's blind. I'm just going to shout, "Sykes! I don't know what the fuck that is." I would try and explain what it is, but I don't know what I'm looking at. It's like a bug man.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the episode title.
It's
Bug man.
It's like a bug man?
It's like a giant fucking bug man, Sykes. And then I will fire 2 arrows. I'll stay here for now as I don't trust that there's one behind us for now, but I'm kind of trying to move the refugees behind us before I see, because I don't know exactly what's going on, and I know they're emerging from the ground, but I have this like paranoia that there was one behind us this whole time. But I'm still telling them to get behind me, and if there is one behind us, then I'll deal with it.
Okay.
Arrives. So for now, I will stay here, and I will fire 2 arrows at the one that we can see, the red one, with my long bow. A 22 and a 28. My attack rolls.
Hey, those both hit.
9 piercing plus 12 piercing. 21 piercing damage. Is that correct? Can I do maths?
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I have blown all of my shit. I have.
So
I can.
Two arrows fly out. They both hit.
And I'm just kind of ushering the group like through us and trying to describe the situation to Sykes because I assume he's.
How much damage?
Getting 21 piercing.
Cool. I am tracking the hit points correctly this time, unlike last week where I was like, this is a lot of hit points.
I think I did an extra attack or something. Someone was saying on the Discord. I checked it.
You were hasted.
I'm ready now.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah.
No biggie.
I have...
your extra attack and my screwing up of the hit points last week evened it out.
Yeah. Also, for this, like, for weeks and weeks and weeks of this, I've had a plus something to one of these Eskrima sticks that I've never used. So there we go. It all balances out in the end in D&D. But I have it written down this time for the next time I don't have brain power. Exactly how many attacks I get, depending on the different things that have happened to me. Whether I have an action surge or a haste and everything. You watch me still screw it up in 3 weeks and they're going to all call me out for it.
Every one of them.
But I have a 7 IQ, so...
Have anything else on your turn, Ty?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay. Jet, you are up.
Okay.
You see
Well, first I scream internally, and then I am going to... what is a 20-foot cube? A 20-foot cube is like what? 5, 10, 4 by 4, like
4 by 4,
this
yeah.
4 and then this 4 here.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Like
throw a
Here's a
flask in that cube over there, up one, yeah, and it's the purple one that I have. No, in fact, it's green. That's going to shatter and cause a fairy fire effect in that area.
Of course it is. Hell yeah.
Dex saves.
Dexterity saving throw.
Dex saves. Well done with the fairy fire. It's a good spot.
I'm also going to run away over here.
What do I need? I got a 16 for red. Natural 1.
Okay, my spells say
For the next one, and then I got a 19 for. So blue got a natural 1, and then 19 for green.
okay. My save DC is 15.
Okay. And what did I say first? I said 15 for the first one?
Yes. Oh, 14 was it?
I don't remember. Someone in chat, what did I say? I don't remember. But anyway, I know this one got a critical failure. So let me go ahead and add something to represent fairy fire. It's going to be... this. Okay. And everything in this square right now gets...
If they
advantage?
failed, they're illuminated. If they're inside, then they have advantage against them.
Okay. So everyone in this square has advantage against them, but one of them is glowing?
I believe so.
Cool. All right, double check that, but that sounds sweet.
I can read it out verbatim if you want.
If that's what it is, yeah, that's fine. I believe you.
I just I'm
color is it?
starting
Green,
to
right?
doubt myself. Is all. What color is what? Sorry.
It's green, right?
Fairy fire. Yes, it's
Yeah,
green.
you're fairy fire. Okay.
It is green.
Anything else on your turn?
I ran away to Brother Sykes.
All right. 1 second. Was it 10 feet? What was the low light? I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm just getting
It's
super
10 feet.
excited
Yes.
about me being able to make this glow green. Okay, and now it is... That's your turn. You run over to Brother Sykes.
That is my turn. Yes.
Okay, Brother Sykes. Brother Sykes steps forward. Hmm. Hmm. What do I want to use here? So he's got some interesting things. I just want to see which... Whoa. Okay. Brother Sykes moves. I guess he hears and feels. I guess as we, the audience, would see him sort of look around, or at least it seems like he's looking around as he's starting to study and feel, and the camera would would zoom into like a pile of rubble as it as it's like vibrating, as this tremor is happening, as these creatures start to erupt from the earth, and that's when Brother Sykes begins to move forward. His where's my moves to here, and he would be able to see his blind sight, by the way. These three. And in this really interesting tune or tone that is really hard to comprehend, a word you have not heard before. As he just sort of says this sound, or this guttural utteration, his white murkied eyes turn black once again as they do. It's almost like ink is leaking from his tear ducts, and he's like blinking over his murky eyes, this black ink. And as he does, he says this phrase, and what it says here is creature in 30 feet who can hear is affected. And then they got to make a wisdom save. Cool. All right. So these three Umber Hulks, so they stop. And this one that has you like in its mandibles, Smith, sort of drops you and then looks over toward, you don't take any damage as he drops you, but you are free, and looks over in the direction of Brother Sykes, and then is feared. Unless it's immune to fear. It's feared. Smith, it's your turn. Wait a second. These things didn't go yet. Whoa, hold on. Oh, these things didn't go at all.
Can they get a 6? I've got pretty high dex.
Oh, yeah. What's their? I'm gonna make this guy go, and these ones are all just gonna get up and out of their hole.
They had a 6. That's what you said when they rolled.
Brother Sykes has a 6. I don't think I didn't roll for that. I'll have him go after you. It's okay. But this one's going to. Oh, you have a high dex. Yeah. No, you go first. I'm sorry. You haven't even gone yet. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll have him go after you.
Okay, so am I still grappled then?
No. In their reaction, they've dropped. They've dropped you and became.
Because that changes what I was going to do.
Yeah. You have been dropped. Unless you want to be in their mandibles, it's up to you.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay. If that is the case, I'm pretty buffed up here. I think what I'm gonna do then is, I'm going to go ahead and, I think we're gonna go ahead and, Thunder Gauntlets. We're gonna fight with some fists. Use some Thunder Gauntlets.
Okay.
The one that was grappling me, he wasn't in the square up one?
What's his reach? Yeah, he would be up one square if you were there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I figured I was engaged with both of them. Okay.
Oh, you would not be engaged with both of them. So this is actually how it would be. This is the one that grabbed you. So yeah, that's how it was. Yeah, sorry about that. That's how it was in my mind.
And does that one look like something has happened?
This one?
Yeah.
Or this one?
No, the
yes,
red one.
yes. Red dropped you and then looked over at over toward Brother Sykes when Brother Sykes said like this weird rippling words, and then it looks like something's happening. It dropped you for a reason, but it's hard to read a giant bug face. You know, like it's hard to read their expression. But something has happened.
I would probably be hitting that one. I know it's bad, but I think that's what I would be on. Yeah, I just got grabbed by this thing. I don't know what's happening. I'm imagining that I'm going to start hitting it.
Yeah, as a reaction.
Yeah, Thunder Gauntlets should be 3 attacks on this one, I think. Okay. 22 to hit. And I'm aiming for red because that was the one that was grappling me.
22 hits.
Okay, that's for 4 thunder damage, and it has disadvantage on attack rolls against any targets other than me until the start of my next turn, and then just 2 more attacks headed its way.
It has disadvantage on its attacks. Sweet.
23 for 5 thunder damage.
That hits.
You can just kind of like hear, like it sort of sounds like thunder clouds are rolling in with each hit, as I am unloading haymaker after haymaker. What I imagine into its thorax. And last one. Is a 24. And that's for 6 thunder damage. Look at that, each one got 1 better.
How much total, sorry?
That one was for 6 thunder damage. So 4, 5, and 6, so that's 15 thunder damage.
Awesome.
It was 22, 23, 24, and then 4, 5, and 6. And I want to know what the fuck the odds are of that.
It's very, very low.
What is it? Oh, wow.
His attack rolls are 22, 23, 24, and then the damage was 4, 5, and 6.
Jeez, that is weird. I am going to have these guys go at... This doesn't matter. Oh, Jesus. Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, so during their turn, the Umber Hulk's turn, they are frightened. All 3 of them.
Oh, technically, did they succeed on deck saves against the fairy fire? The red one, did I have advantage?
You had advantage, yes.
You had advantage.
Yeah.
You want to roll again so you got a crit?
Just do it, just leave it.
Okay. Okay, so ability checks. Creature can't willingly move closer. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. So first things first. These ones come out of the ground. The one that is in the one that has been engulfed in the fairy fire and is emitting this light doesn't. It seems like has sort of stopped and is still. It hasn't quite It hasn't quite emerged from the dirt, almost if it was stunned because of the critical failure. This one can't. It has disadvantage on abilities and attacks. Okay. So it looks over at Brother Sykes, but then looks at you, and then, or at least its head moves towards Brother Sykes, and then with its mandibles, it sort of looks up, and like its large, gargantuan head starts to twitch, and as it does, it's almost unnatural to see this large, heavy mandibles of this creature able to move so quickly, and as it does, you hear a chorus of all four of, actually these three, start as that's their turn, as they start to like sing this weird sort of Umber Hulk cicada song, and that's the top of the round. Ty, your turn. Oh, right? No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's not. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, sure.
It's refugees. I'm sorry. I was looking. I didn't scroll up. Okay. So these. You said that you told them to move back.
Yeah, I was telling them to get behind me.
Okay.
Because I
They do.
don't know what the fuck
Yep,
these
these things
things
do.
are. I know that they were doing stuff and they're useful, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of fear Brother Sykes used on it, but usually when you attack a feared creature, it also breaks. On that red one.
Okay. Thank you. That is.
But it depends. I think there's a few different options.
I have to make saves for them anyway. They failed. The other two failed, but yeah, that one does break. Okay. Thank you for that. They do still sing in that weird cicada Umber Hulk song. On their turn, I need them to make. This is Umber Hulk bullshit that I forgot to do. Where's my saving throw? I mean, this is the reason why they're singing. Yikes. I have so many tabs. This is great.
Imagine Zardarok.
Yeah. That was nuts. Okay. And doesn't do anything. They don't even move. Ty, when you're ordering them to move back, get behind me. And they're all sort of, they stop, they hold their ears for a second because of this weird chirping, and then they sort of stop. Their hands sort of go and relax and go limp as they just sort of, a lot of them are in this relaxed state as they're listening towards this weird bug song that is playing. Varsha, it's your turn. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Varsha, it's your turn.
Okay.
I'm sorry. On your turn, you need to also make a charisma save.
Yes. $16.
16 is a success.
How does Smith look right now to me?
Smith looks like normal combat stance. He fell to the ground. He got up, and now he's fighting. Whether or not
Does he
that's
look fucked up?
Just raining haymakers.
yeah,
into this
whether or
thing.
not that is a tell for you, whether or not it's a good idea. He's fighting. It's hard for you to tell, but he looks like he is engaged in a battle. He doesn't look fucked up.
The Blade Ward is gone now, right?
It is one round, yes.
Yes. For you as well. Whoops, that's the death one.
Okay, I am going to... I'm going to do Bastion of Law on myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to use 4 sorcery points for it.
Okay, what does that do?
Svarsha blows everything.
It's a good combat to do
The
that.
ward, yeah. As an action, you can expend 1 to 5 sorcery points to create a magical ward around yourself or one other creature that you see within 30 feet. The ward lasts until you finish a long rest, or until you use this again. The ward is represented by the number of d8s equal to the number of sorcery points you spent to create it. When you take damage, you can expend a number of those dice, roll them, and reduce the damage by total rolled on the dice.
Cool. So it's like a soak?
Sort of, yeah. And I was trying to decide if I was going to cast it on me or Smith. Okay, so then I will move forward, and I will use my last sorcery point to cast. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've played her this way the whole time. Believe me, I hate it just as much as you do. I hate it so fucking much. I've been waiting for her to learn. She just hasn't. And then I will cast the fucking Booming Blade cantrip.
Okay.
Oh, I hate it so much.
You say you used your last sorcery point?
Yep.
Okay, good.
27?
That hits?
Myth, last week you didn't do any Arcana checks and you were upset about it.
Thank you. Make an
Yes.
Arcana. Well, this
So-
goes with the attack, so if it was a critical.
Please
But
allow
I
me
should,
to.
I should, thank you. Yeah, remind me.
I
when
don't
spells
know if
happen.
you remember because we've been doing spells all
Yeah, we were doing
episode and I
spells
just
all
remembered
episode,
it.
we just
And
remembered.
then you
Yep.
came to me in the middle of the night one night and was like,
Okay.
"Hey Brad, wake up!" And I had to wake up and you were like, "I didn't do any Arcana checks," and I was like, "Cool."
I remember that.
Okay.
Thank you.
So,
And I couldn't get back to sleep and that was a whole thing.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I just need to know about the Arcana.
so it does 13 plus 2, but the 2 is thunder damage. I don't know if that matters.
Dope. All right, right. And if it moves, it does more damage?
Yeah, if it moves, it does more damage, yeah.
With all the booming blades, I should probably learn that by now. Okay, cool. It was 13.
I also did an entire campaign where Pocket used a booming blade on every single attack every single week, and I still didn't know what it was. And then I started doing it in this campaign
And
every
you're
single
like,
week, and I
"Oh."
still don't know what it is, and I have no idea even now what booming blade does.
I don't even know what Varsha did this round. All right,
I don't
cool.
know if Varsha is anymore.
Who even is this? All right, and then you booming blade, and you did a crap ton of damage, 13 plus 2. And then you also did you give yourself that bastion? I'm sorry, where did that bastion?
Yes, I
Okay.
gave it to myself.
Okay, cool. All right. And did you roll those?
Oh, Arcana is the last thing 20.
Hold on. Could you spam that spell that you were doing?
Yes.
So I can just give it a quick once over. Yeah, great Arcana check.
Why did that not go into the chat?
There it is.
There we go.
First of all, you tap the anagram and imbue creature shimmering shield of order.
So I don't need to roll anything. I just have 4 dice set to the side that I can use
okay.
at any time to reduce damage.
Oh, great. Sweet. Awesome. That's super cool.
Yeah.
To anybody or you?
Just me. I put it on myself.
You or another
So-
creature. So it
Yeah.
looks like...
But the ward is around me. So I'm assuming
Okay,
I can
okay.
only spend it on damage done to me.
Yeah. All right, cool. Cool. Anything else? That's it.
Yep, that's it.
All right. It is your turn, Ty.
I'm staring at these refugees. Does it look like they're just ignoring me or that they've straight up been magically...
Ty, I need you to make a charisma save. Excuse me. Thank you for reminding me.
I have to make a charisma save?
Yes.
Every round.
21.
Yeah, you're probably
He's the most
I think
charismatic.
for the most, you're staring at you like for this moment. This chirping is happening, but you're looking at the prisoners, and they are just sort of in this weird daze.
You know how many fucking annoying people I've had to listen to chat shit over the fucking years. I don't give a fuck about these bug songs. That's tied to you. But I am looking at these prisoners, and they look to me like they've been entranced by something, or they look like they're just ignoring me. Like they've gone like slack.
Make
Like that
me.
scene.
It's hard to make me an insight.
Okay.
I'll just give you a free.
25.
Yeah,
dude.
it looks like they're not ignoring you. They're stunned.
Right, so something's happened. Okay, I won't fuck with them because I was straight up going to backhand one of them. But I'm not going to do that. Because if this is a magical thing, it probably won't work. Okay. Is it going to... You know what? I don't care. Can I check behind me? I want to check if there's anything coming up behind us.
There was no signs of anything coming behind you.
Okay. Did that cost me any sort of action or anything? I don't mind if it did.
No.
35 feet. This is bullshit. And Brother Sykes, how's he looking?
He looks great. He's standing there. He's got his murked over eyes, but they look like he's sort of tearing up and weeping some sort of ink. He did just say this really interesting, weird word that you heard, and I can't even replicate it. That's how weird it was. But he looks to be confident, or at least he seems to be in the fight and not confused or dazed currently.
And this Umber Hulk here how is it looking? Fucked up? Which one is the one that's lit up?
You can make a medicine check.
You know what? No, I don't think I'm that bothered. Which one has the glow on it?
That one. Blue.
This one I'm looking at.
Yeah. It is illuminating. It looks like there's green flames licking up from it. It also sort of hasn't finished emerging from the burrow that it was in.
Can I fire one arrow as I'm running at this one, the red one, and then one at blue?
Yes.
That's what I'm doing as I run forward. I sort of shoot a look at Jet as I run past, because I'm looking at these refugees, and I kind of shake one maybe while they're entranced, and then I shoot a look at Jet, and then I run forward, and I fire 2 arrows. That's all
Okay.
I do, I think. So normal, and then advantage on the second one, right? So 14 against red,
they're
and
both
19
advantage.
against blue. Oh, but this one is also advantage?
Yeah, because all 3 of those are in the area of effect for it to count as.
Oh, okay. So a 28 and a 19. So 28 with 9 piercing against red, and then a 19 with 13 piercing against blue.
Okay. An arrow sails forward, sticks into the, and also sticks into the other Umber Hulk that's emerging. You could of course see it because it looks like this glowing Umber Hulk is emerging from the dirt. As you were able to at least launch one of your arrows through the crowd or behind the other one, so it launches and sticks into the one in the distance. For how much?
9 against red
and 13 on blue.
13 on blue.
Okay. Anything else?
That is it for my turn.
Jet, make me a charisma saving throw.
A charisma saving throw? Okay.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Yes. Every single one you make will have advantage. Hopefully until the end of the fight.
If I can contest, what am I making it for?
You are making it for this bug song.
Oh, song. Okay, so it's not a sight thing.
Technically it is a sight thing. So this one you'd be able to see unless you're actively hiding, and I guess you could be from there because there's you can lawyer me.
I was.
Because of this.
No, I wasn't. I don't want to lawyer, but I moved around the corner to avoid.
Yeah, you totally can do that.
It's too late. 20.
All right, great with a 20, perfect. Yeah, you hear.
Okay.
But narratively, it's the song, but mechanically, if you see it.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to. Am I free to move on things, or?
Yeah, you can do whatever you like. This is your turn. Yep. Unless you fail that.
Right. So Ty looked at me for the refugees, but I don't know if I can do anything about that. All of them. So I'm going to run in to the fray, and I am going to. Let me see if I can do this real quick, show to others. So down this line like so, I see that there are 2 Umber Hulks. And so I'm going to pull out a peculiar looking tube that you haven't seen before. It's slightly larger, and it almost seems to have a scope on top of it. I'm going to open it. I'm going to fish into my pockets, get a gold coin, put it inside, pour some of my suds inside, and shake it up. Aim, and it's going to bubble up, and the coin is going to launch towards them, and everything. So this Umber Hulk and that Umber Hulk down this line will have to make a dexterity saving throw. Please.
Where's my d20? There it is. 18 for red.
Okay.
7 for this guy. This is getting shit on.
Okay, so the red one.
Yeah.
So the way catapult works is that if it was to hit this one, it wouldn't hit this one. But because this one failed, this one gets hit. For 3d8, so 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Sick. On blue? How much?
11?
11?
On 3d8, so 11 points of bludgeoning damage. And I'm regretting this already, and I'm going to run away.
Okay. Awesome. So a large coin, was it?
Yes, I fished in my pocket, got a coin.
Yeah, and just launch these.
Yes.
Sick. And it's just like these bullets of coins fly through the space and impact the creature. It is Brother Sykes' turn. He is going to...
Does Brother Sykes go before me? Because we both got a 6. I've got a...
What's going on here? Yeah, let's see. Descending.
Because I've got a
Yep,
plus,
you go first.
I've got a 4 mod on my dex.
Yeah, sorry about that. You go
Okay.
first.
Okay. So I still have the Intellect Fortress as well. Am I making a Charisma save?
You are making a charisma save.
Okay.
Thank you.
So this is with advantage. 15, and I'm gonna use a Flash of Genius and just sort of repeat a mantra kind of in my own head. Focus, 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 focus. So that'll be a 19.
Okay. Well done. You are able to shake it off and continue your turn uninterrupted.
And then I will... I think what I'm gonna do then is... I'm gonna keep raining haymakers with the Thunder Gauntlets. That was working before, let's keep doing that.
Sure.
Okay, 3 more attacks to the red one. This will be normal attacks? No, they're with advantage. Okay.
Advantage.
An 18,
Hits.
17,
17 misses.
and a 20. So 10 thunder damage. Just raining down haymakers kind of like into this thing's like stomach, torso area, which I imagine is up pretty high for me.
Because this thing is sort of like still singing this weird throat song of this chirping hiss. You are able to just keep trying to interrupt it from doing so
I'm
by
trying to hit the same spot. I'm straight up trying to crack the exoskeleton.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. And just these sparks of crackling energy start to spider off of your gauntlets and across this thing as it does interrupt its song, but not enough to make any real difference. Okay, Brother Sykes' turn. He's got to make a charisma save. He fails. Oh, wait. Charisma. Okay. Yeah, he fails and is just stunned. He goes to his palms, like as he's going to cast a spell, and then. And for those who can see him, he just sort of relaxes and goes slack for a moment. For his turn, the Umber Hulks go. I'm trying to think of any saving throws I have to do here. The frightened ones have to make a save, I believe. I have to just double check. See when the conditions are on this. For a minute, okay. So these frightened ones, I don't think are able to. Frightened ones are still frightened, so they're going to stay there.
Don't they try to move? If you're frightened, aren't you supposed to try to move away from what's frightening
They
you?
just can't move any closer.
Okay.
And if they attack the target that they have, that they are feared by, then they will have disadvantage.
Yeah, I can't willingly move anywhere closer. But yeah, they do. They have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. While their fear is in the line of sight. What is their intellect? Not great. This... This one is going to move... Oh, that's the wrong layer. It's going to move here. Does that break line of sight? It's going to move here. I don't think there's any way that I can not see him from here. I can't get closer. He's gonna move here. And this one's gonna stay where it is. Actually. One of them, the one in the back, sort of lumbers and looks like it's trying to position itself. It's still, the mandibles are still vibrating as if there's like these like alien chirping bug maracas as this thing starts to sort of find its footing, as if it's ready to pounce or tunnel. It moves its feet, or the claws of its clawed appendages into the dirt, and it starts to sink a little bit as if it's trying to find its footing, or at least starting to burrow, or something interesting that it starts to prepare for. And this one has a bunch of things on. I gotta remember what they are. It is not feared anymore because it's been hit. It has Booming Blade, and it has that advantage on it because of the gauntlets, and it has this, but the gauntlet thing that you did is over.
It has
because
to either attack me, or if it attacks like Varsha right now, it would have disadvantage on Varsha.
Yeah, I think it would still attack you.
Yeah.
Perfect. I use a reaction if it's attacking.
It's going to attack.
This is why Smith and I are so fucking good when we're next to each other.
It's going to attack Smith.
Yeah, I know, but I have Sentinel, which means if a creature within 5 feet of me chooses to attack somebody other than me, I can attack it as a reaction. So I will just do that while it's doing its thing.
Yeah. This thing has
23.
23 hits.
So it takes 10 slashing damage.
10 slashing as you strike it with your sword. You find a soft spot, slices right above the hip, or where would be the hip of this creature. There's like a break in the armor, and you're able to slice across and draw a line right across, I guess, its lower back. As it screams in pain. This creature makes 3 attacks. 2 claws are coming at you, Smith. A 14.
That is a miss.
A 12.
Miss.
An 18.
This would be a hit, however. As I see how is it attacking? Is it with mandibles? Is it with claws? What is it doing?
It goes to attack you with 2 of its claws, and it misses. And you probably dodge or step out of the way. You're doing this boxing thing as you just sort of dodge as these things sort of attack you. And then it just sort of goes in for a large grab. Its head cocks at a very quick twitch as its mandibles wide open as it goes to snap down right at you, as it just sort of gets frustrated that it's missed twice and then just goes in for a bite.
As I see the mandibles about to hit me, I clap my hands together.
Okay.
And you think maybe there's some spellwind that's floating around them. As I, without really thinking something that I've been practicing, I separate them quickly, and suddenly emerging around me you see this swirling bit of purple magic, and I cast shield.
Yes!
All right. So go ahead and cast a shield. Sick.
18 on the Arcana check.
18 on the Arcana, thank you. I lost my music, and it was awesome, and we never got to hear it because it was on the wrong thing. Embarrassing. And with the Arcana, great. As you're able to cast shield. Badass. So you clap your hands and there's like a ripple of energy, the Spellwind kick up, and you're able to stop it from attacking you.
One of us.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Sick. Okay. And that was...
And this lasts until the beginning of my next turn.
So for a moment, there's like this ripple of spell breeze that is just in your space, protecting you for the moment.
Can I make eye contact with Smith, or are you super concentrated on what's happening right now?
I think I'm looking at my hands and I say it worked.
I'm smiling, grinning. One of us, bitch. Let's go. Anime eye contact, yes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, it is now the top of the round. The freed prisoners get to go. They have things that they have to do. I roll a D8. I roll a D8. Okay. Could somebody roll me D9?
I got it. 2.
Should have specified. Classic me.
Every time.
Every time. They're going to go over here. Interesting. Cool. That's the best way they could have gone. All right. The freed prisoners like sort of back up and they start to move almost like in this panic, like they're trying to fight something off. And as they do, they wrap around this corner and it seems like they start to snap out of it. But that's their turn. They can't do anything else. Varsha, it's your turn.
Okay. I am going to... how do these creatures look to me? Still fine?
This one's bleeding a lot of its buggy ichor all over the place. There's a slice across its back where you've left it. There are a couple arrows in it. It's still fighting, but it looks like it's not fighting out of hunting. It looks like it's fighting out of panic at this moment. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It also has stopped it's stopped taking part in this song. It's sort of, which means it's probably focused on something.
But the other two are still.
Yes. They're still, their antennas and shit
Okay.
are rattling.
And the other two, how do they look? They're okay?
Oh, this one finally does emerge. but that took its turn to do that. But the other two,
yellow one up top.
the blue one.
I can't see what you're.
Oh, I'm
okay.
sorry. I'm over here. The blue one did finally get to emerge, just as it took a coin to the face, and that's really it. It hasn't been able to make any other actions.
Okay. I will.
You have to make a charisma save on your turn. Yep.
I will cast that, assuming I survive this charisma save. 15.
You what?
Is that enough to make the save?
I can't tell you that.
Because I was going to use a flash of genius just to make sure she made the save.
You can do that.
Okay. Well, in that case, I want to use a flash of genius.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I am going to say they are making noise that I think is affecting the people. And I just start to. So they're making a noise like right.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to really badly go and hope that it's like going to counteract what's happening, or at least distract her from being magically altered.
Okay. I think
Like
for
a
a
kid
moment.
that just found out it can make a fart noise with its mouth.
Exactly. You sort of echo through the chambers this same sort of your mocking or mimicry of this of this bug song, and it's enough to distract you, Varsha, for a moment. What's your what does that turn it into? What's your intel modifier? Jet?
It's going to be a +4
Plus
to
four,
her
so
roll.
now it's a 19. Yeah, so that distracts you for a moment to be able to sort of find your footing and sort of snap you into the fight. You have your turn.
So I cast Varsha's Pain.
Okay.
16 is the DC intelligence save for these things, which they might actually be good at, which is terrifying.
They, not with that roll. I rolled a 4.
Perfect. Then in that
Which one are you attacking?
The blue one, not the one right in front of me. The
blue
two
one.
that came up from the ground. Yeah. And this means, right, it cannot take a reaction until the end of its next turn. But more importantly, it can only do one thing: move, action, or bonus action. It only gets one of the 3, and it also takes 3d6. 9 psychic damage. And then I just stand here waiting for this other thing to hopefully attack Smith again so I can attack it.
Okay. Awesome. Varsha's Pain. And what does this look like as you cast this to a bug? Usually, Varsha's Pain is sent through a psychic image of something that spell can go through to project or interject some sort of emotional response. But how does this look for Varsha to try to project whatever this is toward this creature?
Yeah, I think so. Normally, I have to lash out physically to do it. So I do that, and I think previously it's been a jumble of emotion and thought. And this time, though, I think it manifests as fire, and it surprises me. It's just the idea of maybe this creature
Projection
feels
of
like it is
fire.
surrounded by fire.
Well, great, that makes sense. It's also lit by fairy fire too. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
okay.
And I think it surprises me a little bit, but then I think I feel like, oh, I must have taken that from Ty.
Yeah, okay. I think for a moment, this thing, this Umber Hulk back here, extends its spine or its exoskeleton like it is extending, and as if it's like reeling in pain. Its claws scoop the air in a panic, and it almost looks as if, and its mandibles are clapping together as if it's in a state of panic. It doesn't necessarily stop, drop, and roll, but it does almost probably maybe the equivalent, where it starts to try to pat itself. Or it's now panicking with the thought of this fairy fire that is licking upon all of it. And that's it. That's your turn? Anything else? All right,
Nope.
cool. Ty, it is your turn. I need you to make a charisma save.
Oh, okay. 1 charisma save coming up. Old buddy, old pal. Right now. Any day now.
With a 5. Okay.
Stop.
Elaborate
I
and
can-
listen.
hold on.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think I have an ability that can allow him to re-roll that.
I think
Hold
you
on.
do too,
Yeah.
but I don't remember what it is.
Restore balance.
get
It's
to
using my
re-roll it?
reaction though.
Did you already use a reaction?
I
this
used a reaction,
round?
but I just went. I just had a turn,
You
so
just
now
went,
it starts
yeah,
over again,
yeah,
right?
that resets.
Yeah,
So
okay,
you can use your reaction here.
Yep, it's any d20. So go ahead and re-roll that, Ty.
Sweet.
10.
Ty, you
Fail.
do fail. Your
Okay.
turn is forfeit.
I
as
am
you are-
indomitable. I can re-roll any saving throw that I fail. If I do so, I must use the new roll.
Hell yeah.
So I'm gonna
You
roll
It's
again.
not a critical one.
Come on! Fuck! Someone else give me another roll!
I think I actually technically can use this again. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus.
It's a reaction. You already
Yeah, but
spent
your reaction's
reaction.
been
Yeah, you're right.
consumed.
Like
Yeah,
next
you're
round
right.
you could, but
Yeah, I could next round.
Okay, so yeah, Ty, your turn is forfeit. You
That was
are.
good though.
Yeah, that was
Some
sweet.
bullshit.
That was some good bullshit. As you are stunned, I don't remember what the.
It's that scene in
stun-
It where
one.
he's like, "Come on, come and get me, motherfucker!" And then it opens its fucking mouth and he just goes, "Ah!" Yeah.
That's it. That's what happened. Jet, you are up, my friend.
Do I still have advantage on these saving throws or no?
Yes.
You don't need.
And I have to
you
make
don't-
one?
You do not need to make one. You are hiding.
Oh,
So
okay.
mechanically, remember, mechanically, it's if you could see them, but narratively, because I forgot to do it the first round, I made them start singing. So
I see.
Yeah. So it is mechanically from the fight. If you see them, it is their confusing gaze is what's happening.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to run in here. I'm going to look at Mr. Tai and he's confabulated. So I'm going to look at Smith instead. And I am going to reach inside my pouch. I'm going to grab a small red vial and put it away. Look to Violet. Release her. She's going to fly towards Smith. And she's going to, the violet fluid inside her is going to turn into this reddish color, almost like volcanic molten looking. She's going to shake, and then the cork is going to fly off and spray into Smith's face. And as it does, Smith, your face is going to start to, if you've played Mario 64, start to warp and move. Your body is going to start to move, and then you're going to go twice the size, and you're going to become a Super Smith with enlarge.
Sick. So he's now one size larger, correct?
Correct,
Mario grows sound effect. Do.
but more graphic
Sick.
and likely painful briefly.
Yeah. The songs are. Yeah. Awesome.
And so with your new size comes an extra 1d4 of damage with every attack.
Super Smith, let's fucking go.
Yes.
Finish him.
That's sick. Okay, anything else on your turn, Jet?
I'm going to run away again over here.
All right, that's fair. That's super.
Wait, let me see. 5, 10, 15. I moved. I'm here, I think, yeah. I'm in sight now next time.
Okay. Cool.
The suits change size with him as well.
Yeah, that would suck. like a like a tube of toothpaste. He grows within the immovables. All right. He's just screaming. Okay, great.
Oh no.
Oops, what did I do on accident? Smith, it is now your turn as you turn into large Smith, big Smith.
The shield will come down, and as it does so, I'm like looking around wildly at whatever has happened, and I see Violet, and I imagine that I understand the Jet has done something, and I will then look at the Umber Hulk that is now the same size as me.
Yeah.
And I smile.
Did you make a charisma save? I'm sorry.
I did not.
You smile,
but this is
then-
with advantage.
Yep. As you smile, you use that charisma.
I would like
will
to use my
another
flash of...
of.
Okay.
Well, who wants it? Who wants
It's
I'd
a
like to use my
reaction,
flash of
so
genius.
I wanted to use my flash of genius.
Which
You
one do
can
you
use
want?
yours.
Sisters want it.
I'll use mine since it's myself.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and make that a 16.
Okay. You smile, and then you continue your turn.
Okay.
Why don't we try that again?
Hell yes.
Thunder gauntlets.
All right. Perfect.
16.
16 is a miss.
Second attack.
A
23, and that'll be 8
hit.
thunder damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then last one is a 19 for
That is
9
a-
thunder damage.
It's a D4 extra, correct?
Yes. Oh, is
Yes.
it a D4?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
a
sorry.
You have to roll for it, yes.
I'll just roll the 2d4 then.
That's fine.
So 9 plus 3.
Okay.
Not as amazing as it could have been.
How do you kill it?
It's amazing as it could have been.
I finally crack through the exoskeleton, and just the last hit, I think, just bursts into the body of this creature, and I look at it in the eyes, and I say,
One down.
Sick. The creature's head sort of caves in as you punch it through. And sort of falls to the side.
and then I'm gonna use my movement, and I assume I see the one up north.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rush up to that one.
Perfect. Go, bitch.
Sick.
And that's it.
Okay. Brother Sykes failed last turn, correct? So that means I have to put this on him, but also need to roll what he does. He rolled a 6. Same. Okay. Roll me another D9, someone. Oh wait, no, roll me a D3 this time.
You promised to be specific.
Yeah, I got it this time.
Wait, what?
Who wants
You're
to do
doing
it? No? All right, I'll do it.
You do it.
Okay. Did it move its full movement? Yes, it uses all of its movement. Wow, these are actually really good. You can't do that, but he'll go here instead. And that, out of line of sight, is able to break that, which is sick. Okay, cool. It is now the Umber Hulk's turns. I am gonna go top to bottom, left to right. So I'm gonna start with this one, which doesn't see. It's not afraid of Brother Sykes anymore because he's out of the line of sight. So yes.
Sorry, enlarge reduces concentration, so the fairy fire would need to go away now.
Would go away?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Is this one still glowing? Or is that's probably still a part of it? So that would
It's part of it, so it's gone
so
now
it's
too.
gone.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. This one is going to attack you, Smith. I'm going to think if it can, or if I am missing something. I'm not missing anything. Okay. A 23 for a claw attack. A 16 claw attack.
The 16 misses.
Okay. and it's going to bite you. I got to actually roll on something. This is a 17. No, this is a 19.
19 damage?
Hits. Or I'm sorry, to hit.
Yeah, 19 also hits.
Okay. All right. This is. Where is my? Okay. For 6 damage for the claws, it reaches out and scratches you for 6 damage, and then it goes in for an.
Actually, hold on.
Yes.
No, that's fine. Never mind.
What were you gonna?
It's fine.
Okay. 6 damage, slashing damage to the claw. And then the mandibles come in again, they, much like the last attack. It's a very quick bite as it hits. I'm rolling the wrong dice. As it goes to bite you for 15 slashing. As it goes to bite you. Yeah, that shield last time was very helpful. As this crushing force slices into some weakness in your armor, you feel that pressure just for a moment as it jostles you and takes you off of your defenses for 15 slashing damage. That is going to leave it to the top of the round, but that is also going to be the end of the episode. We're going to take a look at what happens next time. Right? Yeah, I'm not wrong. Right? 3 hours? Yeah.
Yes.
As we continue this slog and this through the wanderings and these Umber Hulks here. So we're gonna go ahead and just leave it up to fate for next week. And you get to all just wait around until we see what happens next time.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
So that was Spellwind. Thanks for being here, everybody. This was a lot of fun. I was really hoping you'd probably roll a 2 or a 3, because that would have been scary enough. But 4, you rolled a 4, and I was like, well, this is it. I wanted him to roll it. So
that's the end of the campaign.
That's the end of the campaign.
I will just say Varsha's Intellect Fortress was chef's kiss.
I rolled for it too. I was like, I don't.
Best thing you could have done.
Yeah, it was so
I
good.
wasn't sure, to be honest. I was like, this could either be amazing or not. And then I was like, but I don't know if Varsha would know that. I know that, but I don't know if she did. And I was like, well, I'll roll for it. And luckily I did. And I also rolled for who I put it on. Because I was like, if I'm just making this random, then the rest of it should be random too. And I'm really glad it was Smith.
It worked out. It worked
like,
out very,
that should not have been
well.
an option, but it was.
This is a pretty cool. The board state is in a pretty cool spot. I'm very lucky with both Sykes and the prisoners to both run in that direction. Because I was just doing like left to right, sort of clockwise. We rolled a 3, which was 1, 2, 3, and it was that way. And the same thing with that 2 was also up in that direction. So both of them rolling that and getting over there is really helpful as well. So it's just things are looking pretty good. We'll see what happens, like I said, next time. But we're going to go around and we're going to shout ourselves out and stuff and talk about how we liked the episode, how we liked the fight, how we're... and talk about stuff. I don't know. Meyer, you're up.
Hi, my name is Meyer. I played Jet today. Today was, we haven't had like a proper combat-heavy episode for a while, and kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting to like bump into 4 Umber Hulks, for crying out loud. So I've had to like sit down and think about what kind of combat things can I do here in this one moment, and honestly, it's been it's been a lot. I was like, should I buff or should I shoot? The the fairy fire worked for a while, but I was like, maybe perhaps just giving Smith more DPS would work. And, you know, it was between Smith and Ty was like CC'd. So I was like, okay, this is going to happen. I have quite a few like things like this. I just wish I had like an item or something to allow me to use more than one concentration spell, because I have to like basically do everything, and it's maddening. But yeah, it's great. I love it.
I looked for a spell for Varsha to give you that, to be able to buff you so that you can do all your bullshit, but I don't think one exists.
I've never seen anything that gives you that.
Yeah, you're just stuck with one concentration.
We can make it up. This is a homebrew.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's true. That was
the
decision for me as well, because I was like, do I haste the party, two people, for the same mana or whatever we're using that it would cost for me to, or do I do the intellect fortress? And I was like, well, and then I
guess the thing is though, that's the reason they invented concentration, is clearly these concentration spells
are pretty OP.
Yeah.
But it'd be neat to have something where it's like when you switch your concentration spell, the other one lasts for like a set number of rounds.
I've seen that happen before as an item, maybe in
so
CR.
That you're like, oh, okay, cool. I'm switching spells, but it'll last, I don't know, who knows, 2-3 rounds, something like that. Because then it also...
Good luck keeping track.
Well, it encourages the caster to switch spells and to be casting and like use their shit, right?
That is cool. Like a heal over time sort of thing, which means like heal over time, sort of like that MMO mechanic of being like, I'll just spam this, spam that. Okay, I'll focus on this. Oh, spam on that guy. Yeah, and you're sort of you're still doing that like that support healing thing where you're making sure. Yeah, that's cool. I like that idea. All right, well,
anyway, you can you can find me at twitch.tv/Meyer. I do a bunch of things, Star Citizen things, role-playing things. I make whack laugh sometimes inadvertently. I have no idea what I did or what we did, but...
Liar.
What?
The smartest man in the room right now is Meyer.
True.
It's time for PB to shout herself out. She's a really talented DM, and I'm gonna like...
This is it. This is us. This is us accepting compliments.
PB.
PB, fantastic, talented GM and storyteller and writer.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
All right, great. That's PB. She is GMing Kingmakers on Table Story on what day? What day is everything? Tuesdays. Thank you.
Yesterday.
I almost said Monday. On Tuesdays. Go check it out. It is awesome. She also does some streaming on her own channel. Please go check it out. She's great. Yeah, she's real great. All right, great.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
All right, and that's PB. Brad.
Hello there. My name is Brad. I played Tyther Veridis, who has nothing left in the tank.
She left the call.
But I am at
I'm still here.
full health, which is great.
And interesting. Very interesting.
Full health of 7 HP. Yeah, I guess all I can do is just hit stuff as of next week, so we'll see how that goes. Wish the things were still fairy-fied, but they're not, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, thanks.
As if I can break free of the whatever that move is called from it, where he sees the thing. I saw the best TikTok of it the other day, but it's a little crass, and I don't know if I want to. It was very good.
It's a little crass.
It was a little
Words
crass.
I don't think I would have ever imagined Brad saying.
Yeah.
I mean, tune into
That's
my
like one of the
stream
first
tomorrow,
things
and I'll
he
tell
said
you
when he
about
met
it.
me. He's like, "You're crass. Your sense of humor is really crass." I was like, "Oh,
That's
okay."
not what I said when I met you.
Well, no, you
something
said
about
I was
being
garbage,
fake
and then
cringe.
yeah,
That was it.
you said here's this garbage
cringe.
person, and then you uploaded
Yeah.
a garbage bag emote and made your chat
I
spam it at me.
literally, yeah.
So it was love. I knew it. I was like, this man will be my friend for the rest of my life now.
Must have been love. And I'm doing a game vote on my channel tomorrow if you want to pick the game that I play next. And I will be playing that on Saturday because me and Maya are going out on the Lash on Friday night. It's becoming a regular thing. Me and Friday went out last Friday, went out on the pool, went up the Millwall, watched the footy, didn't we? Had a kebab, got into a fight, got drunk, hungover all Saturday.
At an eel bap.
I don't know any of these words.
So I don't know what game I'm playing on Saturday, but you can vote for it on my channel tomorrow, or you can not.
Perfect.
Great, thanks.
Yep, and that's Brad. And now we're doing this thing where everyone freezes when they leave. And wow.
Hey everybody, I'm Wax Steven. Thank you so much, Myth, for doing this again. 4 Umber Hulks, you son of a bitch. This is payback for Rhyme.
Oh, yeah, there's so much more. Yeah. I actually have no idea how balanced this is. I was like, you know what, Umber Hulk sound cool. You know what, I'll have Whack roll a d4. And that'll be fun, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Myth. That's great. Yeah, thank you as always. It was good fun. If you guys don't know, I've been doing Rime of the Frost Maiden on Fridays for almost 2 years, and that just had its finale last Friday. We're doing a Q&A session this Friday, so if you have any questions or anything to ask us, we'll be answering questions and stuff on Friday. Make sure you think those up. Otherwise, I just started a new show called 100 Club that's on Mondays. And it is a lot of fun. It is just a sci fantasy bounty hunter, like dark comedy kind of hilarity. So come check that out. Yeah, come check that out. It's been really good.
It's really awesome. I've been really enjoying it. Thank you so much, Whack. Really loved a lot of what you were doing today with Smith and being able to, like, the clapping and the shield.
The shield was so good.
Spellwind was so
amazing.
Cool. So cool to see it, like especially in this really, really heavy, like mechanically heavy combat episode. There was still that moment of such a really amazing RP. So that was super awesome. And there it goes. So, but yeah, that was super. Super awesome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. My name is Mythomatic. You can follow me twitch.tv/Mythomatic. I've been doing a lot of role-playing in Star Citizen lately. I bought a refueler, and I've been refueling. I refueled Meyer earlier. Today was awesome. And both in and out of game. And it was just, it's great. So come by, check it out. And we're going to do more Starwind, I almost said. Hold on.
Starwind.
Hold on.
Oh, yes.
Everyone shut up. I'm having an epiphany of the next
Spelljammer sequel.
That's it. That's Starwind. Hold on.
Starwind.
I need to leave. Bye, everybody. This was. I need to get out of here. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you all. It was wonderful. Bye.
Bye.